chose to go south. Whether that was luck or not, he certainly had the option to go north instead of south when those lurkers came up. But anyway, 5 barracks up, speed overlords up also for Zero. And Zero right now needs to get to that hive tech and also needs to expand again to catch up here. Because he only has 2 gas. Alright, he has expanded again. That's going to help him get back in the game if he can hold all these 4 bases here. 3 gas bases and 1 mineral base. Now the Queen's Nest is about finished. We're going to see, relatively slow hive compared to what he needs right now. Because we're going to have tanks out pretty soon. Oh, Zero might be thinking about a drop, or at least threatening Light with a drop. Light, meanwhile, with a large M&M force already out in the center of the map. And I don't know. Light probably is going to have science vessels out any minute here. And he could just decide to go straight up SK Terran, in which case he wouldn't build any tanks, or he could go tank science vessel. And that's certainly good enough. Probably to fight this smallish army that Zero has. Meanwhile, +1 attack finished for Light. Zero probably will have relatively fast upgrades because he had a pretty early evolution chamber. Zero is going to break the last remaining barrier now, leading towards his second expansion. And we're going to see an attack, a fight in the middle here. Zero has a high number of Hydralisks also, maybe to help in his anti-air defense against science vessels. Certainly that is a possibility, possibly against tanks. But, honestly, Hydralisks are not cost-effective against mass M&M at all. And they're really just a stopgap measure unless you're economically way ahead of the Terran, in which case you can afford to get lots and lots of Hydralisks and then combine them with Lurkers and Lings in a late-game army. Zero has expended a lot of resources in getting those upgrades for Hydras too. Oh, but this pair of Scourge is certainly going to help him a lot. Denying the drop, certainly. Some nice drop denial there, basically. Coming from Zero, that hurts a lot. Not being able to get that critical first drop off. Now that Light has committed the resources to getting a dropship and instead of getting a slightly earlier science vessel. Anyway, a lot of Scourge and Lurkers and Hydralisks, surprisingly. And we're going to see how well they can do here. There's a pretty narrow choke point there that I think is going to benefit Light. It's going to be pretty hard for Zero to fight against that without some Defilers, especially if he goes face in here. He is going to go head on into the Terran army. This usually is not a good thing, and let's see if Zero manages to come out ahead here. No, he's not going to come out, it seems, very far ahead. No, he's going to lose his battle. Oh, man, he's going to lose it by a mile. This is exactly what I was talking about. Hydralisks just not very good at killing Marines. Dealing their explosive damage. They only deal 5 damage. I mean, if you can get them among the tanks with some help of Darkstorm, maybe. But this doesn't seem to be going very well. Okay, maybe Zero. No, Zero not going to be able to push through. Light picking a great choke point here to hold his sort of forward defensive positioning. I think Zero may have been better off just ceding a little bit of ground, retreating a bit instead of committing all of his forces, because now he has basically nothing. I think he could have afforded to wait for his Defilers to come out, and now Light is taking full advantage of Zero's weakness, and I gotta think this is going to be it for Zero. Unless he can get some Dark Swarm up immediately, he's going to lose these 2 production expansions. He's going to lose any kind of economic edge he may have had, and he's going to lose pretty much his entire army too at the same time. The Defiler still does not have energy. Man, I got to question Zero's decision to go for all those Hydralisks instead of teching faster into Hive tech. And right now we are going to see him probably lose this game against Light, who's going to achieve, once again, one of those rare victories for Terran. And, I got to convince you guys, it's not easy for Terran to win. Pretty much, this may have been the other one win that Terran's ever picked up against a Zerg player in this map. Hyuk, of course, Hyuking his way into the other one. I gotta say, Zero definitely went for a strange build this game, and Light was both lucky and well prepared. So I guess he did play pretty well. Alright, there's a nice Dark Swarm there. Oh, nice work there by Light, targeting fire on the Defiler there. Usually Defilers don't die to tank fire because they're not targeted, but that was targeted. And now these Medic Marines just have to basically dance their way into victory here. Oh, looks like some, some lurkers might actually finish off this small group, but I think the tremendous amount of damage has basically crippled Zero here. Even if they finish off this small force, he's lost a hatchery, most of his army. Certainly, Light is going to be building up a fairly large army to finish Zero off, and well, Light could decide just to hang around with a small group of Marines without any medics. That would be a bad idea, actually, by Light. So we'll see if Light manages to Lomo himself. That's a new verb. Lomoing yourself means being incredibly ahead in a TVZ as a Terran player, and then losing for no good reason at all, as Lomo did against Quanro. Let's see if he does that. Looks like he's going to advance with a large group of M&M. Oh! Almost losing the dropship, but the dropship gets through, and it's going to actually go to the high ground. Oh! Oh, man, I didn't even realize there was a tankable, siegeable position up there. And there was the MBC hero coach, with the suave little, facial hair. It does look like Zero is going to lose this game, though, so MBC should be happy. Light has a very dominating position up there. There's pretty much nothing Zero can do. I guess he can build like 2 Mutalisks, actually, and that would finish off the 2 tanks up there. But until then, he's going to certainly be hurt in terms of his economy. And now Light has a 3rd base. Zero barely has 3 bases, really. And Lurker getting irradiated, Defiler getting irradiated, Defiler casting Plague instead of Dark Swarm. I question that, actually. Although he did manage to catch a nice group of M&M. Not sure if that was the best idea. Maybe he was hoping to catch the Science Pistol. Actually, there was a Medic Marine there with just 1 tank, so a couple of Mutalisks are actually not going to be enough. He's going to need like 5 Mutalisks. He might never be able to finish off those tanks, which is going to mean he only has 2 gas. Alright, he's going to try to finish off this small group at least. Light without the best M&M micro either. Kind of Lomo-esque M&M micro, getting himself caught, and once again, Zero managing to fight off a smallish force from Light, but I can't think that Zero is going to come back. I mean, just look at how much economic damage has been done to him. He has fewer operational bases. Oh, and man, wow, the Observer didn't catch this, but a huge drop, a victorious double drop here inside of the main of Zero, and that's going to be it for Zero. Had he managed to, hold all of his bases, I think he might have had a fighting chance, since Light's M&M micro does not seem to be stellar, to say the least. But Light manages to get through with one of his drops again. And this is going to be the end of Zero. Zero's going to lose, he lost his pool, he's going to lose his Defiler's mound, and now he's going to lose his Hive, yada, yada, yada. Zero is going to be the 2nd Zerg to lose a ZVT on this map, even though Zero is a very good player. Light, I gotta say, played a good game, and Zero certainly went for some strange tactical choices this game, like going for that Lurker rush. Not sure what it was meant to do, not sure what the Spire was there to do. I mean, if you're going to go 9 pool into Lair, you really don't have the resources to go on build a decoy Spire. That's 200 minerals, 150 gas for a very expensive decoy, and all that made Zero do, make Light do, was put up a couple of turrets. That's like, like 300 minerals of resources that Light spent, in total, and meanwhile it slowed down the Lurker rush. And, whatever you say, it didn't work out. There's C there, by the way. Another very cautious Terran player. Another player who's never, ever going to win a Star League. Same with Light. Light and C are pretty much the same. They belong to the team of, like, we're okay at Pro League, but we just cannot play in individual leagues. And there we go. Looks like we're going to see M&M finish off Zero here. At least they don't belong to the category that Magma falls into, which is I claim I'm good at Starcraft, but I'm actually horrible in both Pro League and Star Leagues. That's Magma for you. And that's why Magma doesn't play Starcraft anymore. He's actually gone back to being a fishmonger. GG coming from Zero. Zero, unfortunately, not able to pull off his little feat against Cal and do anything amazing this game. And Light looking quite happy about his victory. Slightly washing away, although never is anything going to wash away the shame of losing all of his units to 1 Dragoon against Tempest. Let us not forget. Let us not forget. Every time I watch a Light game, I have to mention that, basically, at least once. Tempest versus Light. You lost 34 Marines 2, 1, Dragoon, man. All right. Anyway, he managed to beat Zero. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. We'll see you in the next commentary. Bye-bye.